PayMeGPT, and let's go ahead and let's start from the beginning. Here's the dashboard. You've got some different analytics that you can look at here. That the dashboard is pretty powerful and gives you a lot of control over the information that's collected within your agents. And then the agents themselves, pretty easy to create an agent. And you'll see I have several created here. I also have the tools that you can use within these agents. And you can create contact forms, make a bot simulator basically to do your prospecting with, functions if you want to use your own API keys. You can save data to custom fields, and then we can have pre-built templates, and we have a voice lab. And we'll go over more on that a little bit later. Then we have our contacts. It's really easy to, like I say, have forms, collect data, have your contacts in here, and it also will save the chats that you have here in the contact information. And then on the payment end of it, you have a lot of power here. There's many different ways you can set up your payments on this. And then when we look at the setting, you'll see we have different tabs here. Your basic settings, of course, in your general tab. And then on the integrations tab, this is where you can put your own API keys in to have more powerful solutions that you build and products that you build here. This is where I have my OpenAI key, and it's saved in here. I have my 11 Labs key saved in here, and that way I can use different voices if I want. I have a couple of agents that I created that have special character voices that I use on those. And then you could put in your Anthropic or Claude, as well as your Perplexity or Gemini. You also have Grok and DeepSeek, and then again, your Stripe. All right, so let's go look at the agents first. Now, if I want to create a new agent, I'm going to go over here and create a new agent, and I'll give it a name. So we'll call this September Surprise. And if you want to put any kind of tracking on here, I could put the Kim Possible tracking. And if I want to put some SEO information in here, I could. And then I can customize the appearance a little bit. I could change the color if I wanted. I have my own branding color. I could put those hex keys in here. And I could put an avatar image in here if I wanted as well. So I could upload the image, put a background image. I could do that as well. We'll see how that looks. And then you can position it, customize it a little bit here. You can position different things here. You can customize what kind of buttons you want for your, basically your send button. You can put customized footer text in there. I can say that it's powered by me. And I could also upload files if I want to. And so I'm going to enable that. And again, I could customize the upload button if I wanted to. I have a few different choices for that. If I want to have the conversation within this agent capable of being saved or downloaded to clipboard so that you could cut and paste it, basically, copy it, the user can copy it, it can be sent in email, I am going to enable the download conversation. And if I want to have this widget installed as an app icon on my home screen, I would enable that. Then we go down to AI voice. There's a few things we can do in here. If I enable the voice, then I can have the chat be audible. And I'm provided an OpenAI real-time voice. I don't get a choice of which voice that I want. Or if I choose 11 Labs, then I would have my 11 Labs agents or voices. Go ahead and use the regular OpenAI. Now, normally you will only have one voice unless you have your API key like I do, and you will have a list of voices that you can choose from. And then you have, again, you can customize what the icon looks like. And if you want to enable the full screen voice mode, you can do that as well. The option to enable it just to come up to the full voice mode only, or just have that as an option that they can choose. But I'm not going to put full voice mode on there. Now, the voice launcher settings, this is if you want an external button, basically, that sits down in the corner that says, talk to me, or start voice chat, or whatever it is you type on the button. But it's basically a button down there that they can click on to start the voice chat. And we activate this outside of the agent. And I'll show you where that is once we make an agent and go get the direct link. I'll show you where this is actually set up. Now, the prompt engineering section, this is where you're going to describe what kind of agent that you have. It's built already with a welcome message. Hi, how can I help you? You can put some icebreakers. Basically, those are buttons that come in and ask a question right off the bat. And then you have your system prompt. Now, I don't really have any idea of what kind of agent I want here, so I'm going to have it generate a prompt for me that I want. So I'm just going to say provide excellent customer service and provide location and menu information for a traveling barbecue truck. And I'll have it generate the prompt. Let's see. All right, that just took a little bit. You are an AI assistant specifically designed to provide excellent customer service for a traveling barbecue truck. Your primary role is to offer accurate and comprehensive information about the barbecue truck's location, menu offerings, hours of operation, any special events or promotions. You must ensure that all interactions are friendly, innovative. Okay, says it operates on a varied schedule, and it made up some hours. Catering, maintain a friendly tone, handle edge cases with care, made up some numbers and an email, hours of operation, gave a couple examples. All right, we'll use this prompt. And then this is where I would upload any files to. And if I want some dynamic content, make sure that this is on to enable the dynamic content. And then just speak in natural language here and tell it what you want. Like, always have 3 quick replies, and one of them should always be menu. And then also, I'm going to say display the menu in gallery cards with photo and price included on each card. All right, we'll see what it comes up with that. I'll say create the widget. All right, now let's go in there again. I'm going to hit edit and continue on. We just did prompt engineering. I just wanted to create it so I didn't lose anything. But now we come to the contact form. And the reason I saved it for what I've done so far, once I go to the contact form section here, that's actually an external thing. So I would have to go to the tools and create a contact form if I wanted to use one. And I would choose it from this list. Now I have a bunch of them that I've created, so I could go ahead and put one in. If I just use the contact form, make sure it's enabled, and I don't want them to skip it, so I'm going to not select that. If I did want to let them skip it, I could leave that here, and I could also, instead of choosing a form here that pops up right at the beginning of the widget, it's the first thing before they can continue, I could choose to wait and have that contact form come up after 2 or 3 or 4 messages. And I would enable this and tell it how many messages they get before the contact form shows up. And then I would choose it here. But I'm going to go ahead and just stick with it coming up at the very beginning. We'll keep it basic. You can choose different ways to end your chat, put an end chat button if you want, or you can remove that. You can redirect it when the chat ends if you want it to go somewhere else. That's a good way to get the chat to end, but yet you send them to your sales page, or send them to your group, or send them to your website once the conversation's over. That is, if they're not on your website already, of course. And then the conversation summary, we could enable this, which would allow us to wait a certain amount of time, and then it will compile a summary. And then if you want it, it could be emailed to you, or you could have it sent to the contact, of course, if you have their email address, of course. Now we come to the AI settings. Now your AI settings, this is the brain, the power behind your widget. On the platform, you are provided an LLM. You get the OpenAI LLM. And the model is PMG Stream Latest. That's the fastest LLM for real-time dynamic content. Now, this is chat only. So again, if I want this agent to do other things, I have to have my own API key installed so that I have some other models to choose from. And on this one in particular, if I was going to create a function or use the MCP, or I want this to generate images or video, then I would have to choose a different model here and choose a model that would do the best job at those things, those extra things that I wanted it to do. If I want it to do images, I have to make sure and pick a model that generates images. And I may want to choose Google. I may want to use Gemini instead of OpenAI if I'm going to do images. And then if I did that, I would the same thing. I would go down and have whatever model available and choose the model. But we're just going to leave it on the OpenAI, and we're going to leave it on what's provided. Let me put that back on the provided. And you'll know because it has the emoji in front of it there. And if you don't have your API key, you'll only have that one. You won't have a choice of any others. And you can just leave this alone. Now, in the payment section here, again, you don't have to have any kind of pay gate. Your widgets can be free. Choose a membership to use them all and let them all be free. Or if you want each agent to be behind a paywall, and if you want to charge for each agent, you would put a pay gate on there. You have different selections on what you want to do. This one is set up to charge $5, so it will pop up a paywall that says to continue using this, you need to pay $5, a one-time fee, and it'll go to a Stripe payment link where they can pay, and then once it's done, it'll go right back into the widget and let them start the conversation. Or you can say that they get 10 or 20 or 30 messages before the paywall comes up. Or you could change how much the paywall is. But I could also put it on a monthly subscription. Or I could put it on a message pack where they pay per message pack. And here's where I would change the price. Let's say I'll do $3 per message pack. Okay. Now, when I change that price, whatever it is that I'm charging for, whichever thing I pay for, see, now that changes, the one-time payment changes to $3. The monthly subscription changes to $3. The message pack is $3. So whatever I put in this price, it's going to change depending on which one I have here. So if I want to go to a monthly subscription that's $20, I have to make sure and go down here and change this to $20. $20. And you can put it in different currency if you need to. And then your notification settings, you can enable the notifications if you want. So it will play a sound every time the message chat windows change and a message pops up. Or you can leave it off. And if you want any custom CSS, which is basically the customization of how your widget looks, you could go over here and generate CSS. And again, in natural language, you would just use dark green and dark purple colors with gradients. Generate CSS. We'll see what that comes up with. I have no idea what that's going to generate. All right, got quite a bit here. Some good CSS. So we'll insert that. And that way we don't have to write any of that. It does all that for us. And let's update that widget. Widget is updated. I'm going to go ahead and refresh here. And that's the walkthrough of different things that you can do. All right. Put an email in there. Time management. How can I help you today? And I'll say, who are you? And now see it says, hi, I'm your friendly barbecue truck assistant. It goes on with, would you like to know our location or our menu? And then it gives the phone number that I can call. Here's the quick reply buttons. And you see that menu is one of them. So I've got catering info, today's location, or menu. If I click the menu, let's see what it tries to show me. It should be cards with an image and price. So let's see if it made up some menu items. It did. Now there aren't images here. You see it tried to put an image in these, but it didn't pull it. This one it did. It found one that it could pull. But as far as generating its own images, it's not doing that because I didn't put my own API key in this widget and choose the model that actually would generate images. It will show this one that's already there, but it won't generate any on its own. So now I could do truck location. Let's see what it says for that. Thursday, September 25th. It says they're at Riverfront Plaza. This is all made up, of course. Can I pre-order a sandwich? Absolutely, you can pre-order. So it's ready when you get here. Call us at this number and you can pick it up. Since we close at 8, okay, so it doesn't have an actual, we didn't build a function in to actually order and pay for items in here, but we could have easily done that. But that's the basics of how you would create a widget in here. If I wanted it to talk to me, now the quick reply buttons will go away because in voice you don't have these quick reply buttons. But I could put the voice on and I could say, what's on your menu?
Hello, how can I help you today?
I'm looking for, what are your menu items?
We've got a delicious lineup on the menu.
How much is your barbecue sandwich?
Our barbecue sandwich is $12. It comes with your choice of brisket, pulled pork, or chicken, and includes a side of slaw or pickles.
So do you have a really hot barbecue sauce, like with ghost peppers or anything?
Yes, we do. We have a spicy barbecue sauce that's made with ghost peppers, and it's got a serious kick. You can add it to any of our sandwiches or meals if you're up for the heat.
Do I have to sign a waiver or anything like that to eat it?
No waiver needed. We do like to warn folks that it's pretty intense, but it's all in good fun. If you love heat, you'll enjoy it. And if it gets too spicy, we've got plenty of cool drinks to help out.
All right, I'll be there in 5.
Fantastic. We're looking forward to seeing you.
And where are you again?
Today, we're parked at the corner of Main Street and Oak Avenue, right by the big public library. We'll be here until 8 p.m.
All
See you
right,
soon.
great. We'll see you later.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. Safe travels.
Now I can download the conversation.
I'm glad the conversation was helpful. If you need
and I can end the chat. All right. Now, if I go look at the conversation, it's in text. So here's the entire conversation that you could download. or you could have it emailed to you. Remember, we had different choices that we could use. So that's how you would build the agent. And if I wanted to put the voice launcher on that agent, I could choose this. It gives me the script for the voice launcher. But now I have to have a landing page to put that script on. So right now, the widget will operate independently because it's like a web chat. It will open in the browser independently. It's its own landing page, basically. But if I want to create a landing page and put that agent on there, then that's a whole nother process. So I would have to go to the tools, go to the landing page builder, build a landing page. I would go here, create a page, go to the generator, tell it what kind of page I wanted it to create for me, and then generate the content. Now I'll go ahead and pick a landing page that's already created here. And if I want that voice launcher to be on this landing page somewhere, I have to go to the code, go to edit, and look at the code and put that right here at the body, paste it. See, this is the script for that voice launcher. You see it says voice launcher widget, right? Once I put that in there and I save the page, now when I go back and look at it, refresh it, now you see there's a voice launcher here where I could talk to that bot.
Bonjour, comment puis-je vous aider aujourd'hui?
Oh, not French, please. Let's go with English.
Of course. How can I help you
Oh,
today?
you know what? How about German today?
Klar, kein Problem. Wie kann ich Ihnen heute helfen? Great. What can I do for you today?
Okay, so let's
Take your time. No rush at all. What's on your mind?
okay, who are you again? Can you remind me?
Of course. I'm your helpful assistant for the traveling barbecue truck.
Oh, that's
I
right.
can give
That's
you-
right. I need to know how much your barbecue sandwich is with extra meat.
Sure thing. Our regular barbecue sandwich is usually $10. If you add extra meat, it's an additional $3. So that would come to $13 total.
Okay.
Let me know.
Do you choose charge tax?
Yes, we do charge tax.
Okay.
It's usually so after tax.
All right. So I hit stop on that. So you could just do a voice conversation with it. You don't see the bot anywhere here. Now, if I want to see the widget on this landing page that I just made, I would go back to the agents and go to my September surprise agent. And again, click on this little thing here. We have several different things we can do here. Right now we're at the voice launcher. We installed that in the code. We could install the iframe in the code and put the widget in the iframe. We could go back to the landing page and go to edit, go to the code editor, and we could put it in, let's put it in this section here. There's an iframe there, so we don't want to put it in that section. We'll put it here. See how it turns out. Save it. And now we'll go back and look at the live preview. And there it is. There's the form right there. So it put it in an iframe. Put it in a rather large iframe. I'd want to customize the sizing on that. So that's how you create an agent, put it on a landing page. I covered a little bit about how to make landing pages, but I will make other videos on using all of these tools. So there's more to come. I'll cover payments and external things like webhooks and MCP servers in future videos. So please stay tuned and let me know if there's anything else specific that you want me to create and show you how to do in here. It's a very powerful but simple program. You can do a lot with it, and there's more being added every day. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.